went ahead and pinned them. Are you seeing? See the way my bustier is looking, even though there is no pad. Hello, welcome back to my channel and thank you for stopping by. So today we'll be drafting an off-shoulder bustier and we'll be using our brown paper for the drafting. So keep watching. Because this is an off-shoulder, we'll be removing some inches from the shoulder to the chest. So I'll be removing 5 inches here. Okay, 5 inches. And it's from that 5 inches we are going to take all the measurements you need here. So this is my bust point, my under bust 14, then my waist 16. So our shoulder measurement, shoulder divided by 2 is 7 inches. I'll mark my 7 inches here. So from there, I'll take my armhole measurements. Remember, any measurement we are taking, make sure you remove your 5 inches. My armhole measurement is 8 inches here. Here is my 7 inches. Then for our bust here, my nipple to nipple measurement is 7 inches. So 7 inches divided by 2, I have 3.5 inches. But on the bust part area, I'm going to be adding ½ inch to that 3.5 inches. And I have 4 inches here. And on the other part, I'll take my 3.5 inches. 3.5 inches. Like this. So I'm going to be adding my darts, and to add your darts, you are adding it on this open side, this part that is open, not the folded part, not the center front. You are adding your darts this way, and I'll be using 2 inches for my darts. 2 inches, 2 inches, and on the bust you go down by 1 inch, just the way we do it. From your waist to your under bust. Then from your under bust, you take a French curve and curve it to meet your bust, to meet that 1 inch you went down with. You have something like this. And make sure you blend this part so you won't have any sharp bend here. So on the armhole, we are taking our bust measurements. My bust measurement is 9.25. Then you curve. Then to take our princess darts, this curve you just made, you go down by 2 inches. 2 inches, that is from here to here. I have 2 inches. Then you take a curve. You make a curve to meet that bust point, to meet your bust point. And you have something like this. Then on each side of the line we just created, this curve, you take ½ inch on both sides, ½ inch. Then you curve it to meet the bust. Like this. But before you curve it, you go up by 1 inch. And here is the 1 inch. And you can, as you can see, our curve stops at this point. So you go up here by 1 inch. From here to here, 1 inch. Just the way you go down by 1 inch. So you curve the other one to meet the 1 inch. Yeah, and this is what we have. Then on the last line, this line here, close to the armhole, you go up by 1 inch to replace this dart you took from here. You know we took ½ inch on both sides, that is 1 inch. So you go up by 1 inch to replace it, so you won't have any form of shortage. Then I'll still add the 1 inch here. Then we create a new armhole with our French curve. And we have something like this. So for the neckline, so for the neck depth, I'm going down by 2 inches because I want to create a sweetheart neckline. You go this way. You can use your French curve or your free hand. And this is what I have. Then to take our body measurements, my bust plus 2 inches for sewing allowance. Remember, we use 1 inch to sew the dart here, the cut here, then the other remaining 1 inch for the sewing for the side seam. So my bust plus 2 inch for sewing allowance, and my waist plus 2 inch dart. This dart we took 2 inches, and another 2 inches for our sewing allowance. Then we take it straight to our armhole, and we have something like this. Please be mindful when cutting out, so you won't cut out the parts you need, okay? So you won't cut out the parts you need. This is what we have. So we are drafting the back pattern now. So for our back pattern, this is the basic lines we need here. We need the bust and the waist. We don't really need the under bust, okay? So for our nipple to nipple measurements, I have 3.5. Then on the waist, I'll take ½ inch on both sides. You can make use of 1 inch or ½ inch, but I'm using ½ inch here. Then you take it to your bust. The armhole, we are making use of our bust measurements. So on the bust here, you are going down by 2 inches. 2 inches here. You take it to your bust. Take ½ inch on both sides, or you can decide to leave it like that. This one is optional since it's the back. You don't really need contour at the back, okay? So you can decide to leave it like this, or you take 1 inch or you take ½ inch on both sides, just the way you did for the front. But this time it's going to be straight, not curved. Then on the bust area, you blend. That place is not supposed to be too curvy. You blend, okay? Then you go up by 1 inch and 1 inch here. Then you create another new armhole. Like that. And the neck depth for the back, I'm using 1 inch for the neck depth. Then you can either use your free hand or you use a curve, a French curve to connect it. This is what we have. Then the bust measurements plus 2 inches for the sewing allowance. Then my waist plus 1 inch for the dark we took from here. And 2 inches for sewing allowance. So here is what we have for the back. Then on the zipper area, you are going to remove 1/2 inch from here. This will help the back to be flat, okay? This is for the contour. Then you also remove 1/2 inch from here. From here. And you roll it like this. Okay? And you are supposed to add your 1/2 inch here. Except maybe you are working with a stretchy fabric. When you are working with Ankara, make sure you add your 1/2 inch here. But when you are working with a stretchy fabric, there is no need to add your 1/2 inch. So we are going to cut out now. Okay, so this is our back pattern. This is our back pattern. I've already added all the allowances I need for the pattern. The only allowance you are supposed to add is the upper part when cutting out your fabric. The upper part, so that you join it to your either a facing or a lining, okay? The upper part, even if you are using bias, add your 1/2 inch, okay? So you won't have any form of shortage. I went ahead and pinned them. Are you seeing? See the way my bustier is looking, even though there is no pad. Are you seeing how it's looking? So if you want to sew yours, please make sure you pin them down before sewing. Okay? You can decide to skip the armhole dart for the back because there is no curve at the back. I'm going to be drafting an off-shoulder sleeve in my next video. Please make sure you subscribe to this channel, like and share. See you next time.